Bleedy's Tony Khan was on telly, and he was on Twitch. You know, Tony Khan, he's really going against Vince McMahon. Not only can his wrestlers be on Twitch, he's on Twitch. And it's independent. Well, his dad gets the money and gives him some, so it's kind of like WWE. All right, here's what Tony Khan did to embarrass AEW on Impact.
The following announcement is paid for by All Elite Wrestling, home of AEW Dynamite, last week's #1 cable program. Here's the owner of AEW, Tony Khan.
Thank you, Mr. Schiavone. Hey, Impact Wrestling. It's great to be here.
Right off the back, Bleedies, I love this purple background. How old school is this? What's that supposed to look like? That's a font I've seen before.
Yeah, I do enjoy the font. It looks like we're on Broadway, and it's just one of those, like, the posters are written in this font. It's elegant. I like it. What can we talk about the Jaguars? I know that Tony Khan and his dad are like, they own the Jaguars, but would you be bragging about that right now? I mean, a one-win team that won week 1, and then they haven't won a game since then. Like, they're in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. These guys, and Tony brags about being Mr. Analytics, and oh yeah, the Jaguars are implementing all kinds of state-of-the-art techniques to develop talent. It's like, are you? Because Gardner Minshew got benched.
I see that Tony Khan shirt worked instantly on you. Bleedies, these NFL families, it's not about winning. They don't give a fuck. It's a status. I'm one of 32 families that have a stupid team. Mine sucks, but it's better than the team you don't have. We're going to London. Like, it's all this bullshit. They always have some bright side. It's always, forget about Blake Bortles. Now we're going to talk about London. Like, no, your team sucks. Stop wearing that shirt. You're not even your dad. You don't have to. Then again, he does work for him, huh? I think he signed Blake Bortles, and his dad fired him. All right, let's see what they had to say about Kenny Omega stealing their company and bringing it to TNA.
Tonight, via this paid ad that's allowed me to join you.
I was in Kevin's inner circle for years, and he is the reason that I started podcasting.
The great Ayako Akiyama doesn't want to hear it. She said Pride 100. Real quick. Ladies, you started a meme. Now Ayako's always real quick in me when we're about to talk about something. Is Tony Khan a drug addict? What do you think, ladies? Based on the look in his eyes, he's sober here. And it's the first interview I've seen him sober in.
He might not be a drug. He might be one of those guys where it's like, it's not a drug per se, but he's probably always on Adderall or something like that, where it's like, no, I'm prescribed this because I have a condition. But, he's definitely taking like uppers frequently.
Is Tony Khan a drug addict?
BWall91.
You had a tryout?
Cheer 100. Is Tony Khan an F word? Yes, BWall. He's an F and F word. BWall91. Thank you so much for the cheer 100. Now, ladies, Tony Khan's a big fucking nerd, and that's what we need to pay attention to. Also, we need to keep in mind,
I have grit.
As much as this sucks, ladies, it's on Impact, so it's supposed to suck. I mean, if this was on AEW, I would be so fucking angry. I would be so pissed off. But I don't watch Impact. I assume it's this shitty. So, yeah, do a stupid thing and put it on there. But the second this Tony Khan shit in the purple background starts happening on my AEW, my territory, I'm against it, ladies.
Yeah, it is kind of, I do like that they went Impact Wrestling quality for Impact Wrestling. Like, you can tell they definitely didn't have
you had a tryout?
They didn't have Dave Sahadi working on this one.
And that's kind of the message that I was given a few days ago about this whole Impact thing. I love the idea of AEW elevating everyone. Work with them all. The Japanese people were ungrateful. We're done with them. They took Riho back. Now we're working with Impact. We're going to work with that Chicago territory. Ladies, you didn't know there was one. You're about to. The territories are rising. Underneath Triple H posing with belts with all these idiot marks. Here's Pat McAfee with a belt. That's not wrestling. Territories are back, ladies. We're all forgotten. The forgotten wrestling fan. Or Seth Rollins calls us the wrong wrestling fan. Because we didn't love when he beat Brock Lesnar over and over every fucking day of the week. He was just throwing him on stretchers and shit. Remember that? Yeah. He gave Brock Lesnar an F5 on a stretcher. And I was sick of watching it.
Oh, sorry. Even in his Iron Man match with Dolph Ziggler, he was like mad that the fans were counting. Like, he just couldn't do anything right. Whenever Seth was in a match, there was something else happening that we wanted to cheer.
The wrong wrestling fan outnumbers the right one. Fuck these stupid kids you're doing shows for. We want Shaq, and we got him tonight. And we're helping out. AEW's the big man on campus, ladies. You thought they'd destroy the indies by taking the talent. They're reinvigorating it, sharing, trading. And I won't get sick of John Cena because he's going to be an Impact sometimes. Ladies, there's a hype train. Ladies, what a night. Sting is back. Wait, that was last week. Now he's talking. Let's get to Tony Khan on Impact. And keep in mind, This wasn't on AEW. It's allowed to be shitty.
Of AEW, Tony Khan.
Thank you, Mr. Schiavone. Hey, Impact Wrestling. It's great to be here tonight via this paid ad that's allowed.
Via this red line. He's just reading, Bleedies. He's reading all these lines. Look at how natural he is. Hold that flex, buddy.
Me to join you. I understand the brand new AEW World Champion Kenny Omega is going to be here on this show tonight, so I thought I would join him. If I wanted to stop it, Tony, I absolutely could.
Yes, I know that.
I could file an injunction. I could tell Kenny he's in breach of contract.
Yeah,
but I'm
you
not
don't
going
have
to
a
do that.
backbone.
Instead, I
You're
thought I
afraid
would
of
actually
Kenny.
help fund the show via this ad.
The
'cause I
knowledge
think
that
it's gonna
everything
help.
good can be
It's
taken
gonna help
away
the
at
budget.
any
It's gonna
second
help the
is what
bottom
makes me
line.
work so hard.
And hopefully it helps promote AEW to have our champion on this show. The only thing I don't like about it is the way Kenny won the belt. It was a joke.
Oh, really?
It was disgraceful.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
The only thing I don't like about it is every promo Kenny cuts. Why doesn't Don just talk for? I can't sound like I'm reading.
had a
It's too
tryout?
hard. I could read and not sound like I'm reading. Why does he sound like this, Bleedies? Because he's a fag? Excuse me, he's an asterisk.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Yeah, this whole bit is kind of odd, and I wish you would have rammed Impact a little bit more. Like, this show sucks. I'm funding it by putting this ad here, and I kind of wish he did the let's just go all out. If that's the name of one of their pay-per-views, right?
You're
Let's
telling
go
me you like it right now is all you're doing. This is him going all out. This is him being a heel on TNA. This is what you're saying you want, and I can't believe it.
No, I'm saying send more. Like I'm saying we should have the Young Bucks attack somebody tonight. Who are the tag champs in Impact right now? Is it still the Canadian guys? Have them to fight the North.
I think it's still Breezango.
Moxley, the greatest champion in wrestling, he didn't deserve that. But let me tell you something. Don Callis, you're welcome to come with Kenny tomorrow too. In fact, Kenny, I know how you're arriving at the show. I handled it. I set up your arrival.
What? He set up the helicopter tonight, Bleedies? What a piece of shit. He gave him a Charlotte Flair entrance tonight.
Wait, so that was why would Tony set that up? I don't understand that. I don't get that. And what's the storyline here? What are we doing?
I think Tony Schiavone set it up. Now, why is he even there if Tony's going to babble on? Tony should never be on screen. I feel like we don't need to say it. That's why we haven't said it yet. So as long as he isn't on AEW screen, go ruin this shit.
We're more than happy to accommodate you. We're just really looking forward to seeing you, buddy. Tomorrow night.
I do want to smack him, though. But I think he could be saying anything right now. I watched him with an AEW backdrop, and I felt the same way before.
AEW Dynamite. Tune in. We got a real big card with big main events. Like Orange
How about Abaddon? Why isn't she coming up right now? Why do I see this? Why do I see the ring from last year? Ladies, Abaddon sat up like The Undertaker tonight. Tony doesn't care. Like, he thinks that's lame.
What's your? Do you still like Abaddon? Like when she lifted her head up and the blood spilled out, that still has a great effect. But then when she actually gets in the ring, like with the ropes and the mat, I kind of lose it. I go, she sucks.
Did you see her ass tonight?
I did. I think that's what turned me heel. I was like, fuck this.
She needs more fishnets or something. She's too sexy to be a zombie. And I've seen her cosplaying. And so now I just think she's cosplaying on TV. Ladies, her ass was so big. I don't like asses. I like vaginas. But her ass, it's an extension of her vagina with how fat she is. It all just kind of molds together. I need a piece of her.
Cassidy versus MJF.
Do you know the fun we're going to have with raspberry icing? I don't know what she uses for blood, but we're going to use it as food.
Dynamite Diamond. And Lance Archer and the Lucha Brothers versus Eddie Kingston, the Butcher, and the Blade. And I understand they have some tag teams here in Impact Wrestling, Tony.
I've heard that.
I've heard they have.
Ladies, do they still have Breezango? Who is he talking about?
They got the Good Brothers, and isn't that the big rumor where it's like, oh, this is why the Good Brothers didn't sign to All Elite Wrestling. They wanted to go to Impact. Now we're going to do a crossover. Good Brothers versus Kyle Jackson's this week.
That's definitely not why, but hey, if we can retcon it, let's do it. That's all they do. Like tonight with Don Callis. This has been since Kenny Omega was 9 years old that this was planned. Yep, sure it was. You knew that an idiot this guy on Adderall was going to start this company?
Well, you're going to see the greatest tag team in the World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, taking on Jack Evans and Anelico, TH2.
All right. Abaddon when?
Tomorrow night. The
We don't
Young
care
Bucks
about
are the
that.
best. And let me tell you
This guy's
something,
not
Tony.
hyped, by the way, this guy's not making me excited. I just watched this episode of Impact, and having him tell me what's going to happen, I don't want to fucking watch.
Oh, it's terrible. It's like that. We got to bring up the audio of him coming out before the show to the crowd. Can you please be hot tonight? Can you be a hot crowd tonight, please? We don't beg for that. We demand it through the content we give. These are paying people. Chances are they'll be hot if our show doesn't suck. Maybe if Matt Hardy doesn't come out in that velvet shirt, they'll be hot tonight. Instead of you just asking them to be hot.
Some of these teams around here, maybe I'll come check them out. In fact, I have some
What's
investment.
happening with Matt Hardy, Bleedies? I've been waiting. I don't want to say a ball was dropped ever. I was angry when he said he'd be himself that time, but he's been anything but himself, so I can't be angry, I guess, about that anymore. But at this point, is it just meandering? Has Jeff Hardy officially won the Hardy Boy split by staying in WWE and getting to be an alcoholic who wins a bar match? Is that actually better than that awful teleporting turned into being yourself Matt was doing, turned into whatever this still is?
Other than Moxley, I would say everyone who's jumped from WWE to AEW, it's failed for me. Huge. We watched Miro end the show tonight wearing dumb pants and a dumb shirt with his dumb gimmick. He's just the worst. Like I even like every time he pops up, I go, "Oh, I guess they were right about Miro." Like it's just that's the only thing I think. I just think he sucks. There's almost nothing redeemable about him. And last week during the Battle Royal, I was like, "This is great. He looks dominant. Just do that." And then he comes out tonight, and I'm like, "This guy sucks, doesn't he?"
Investments in Nashville, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some rumors that I might even buy Impact Wrestling.
Ooh.
You spent a cup of coffee in Impact Wrestling yourself, didn't you, Tony?
Yeah, one night, and then I quit the business for 18 years.
2002. 2002. Well, I'm glad I brought you back, Tony. It was my pleasure. I'm great to have you. I love you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks. He's the best.
He's even a heel to Tony. He's being Matt Hardy from BTE. You know, if it wasn't for me, you guys wouldn't even be here. Great match tonight, by the way. But if it wasn't for me and my brother, you know, we did a lot with the fear concept. But ladies, you don't watch BTE, so I'm throwing some greatest hits at you. I do love Matt Hardy on BTE. So is that so over? It's on Twitter that they're trying to bring it to TV, but most people don't know what he's doing. Because I swear, when he walks around as Hollywood Matt Hardy or Money Matt Hardy, whatever the fuck, it's great. When he's telling these dumb idiots that he's the reason they're where they are.
You're going to watch Raw whether you like it or not because you're a mark.
I should do that more on TV, maybe. The great Ayako Akiyama just called me a mark. She said Pride 100, David Garrard or Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich.
And let me tell you something. Tomorrow night on Dynamite, you're going to see this guy, Tony Schiavone, talk to Sting. How long's it been since you talked to Sting?
20, 25 years. Yeah, absolutely.
25.
Yes,
Oh, that's great. Well, let me tell you something. It's going
What
to be
was that, a little condescending moment again? 25. Oh, that's great. Like, I made it happen. I'm the reason you're doing it again. Look at us. Look how special I am. I like it, kind of, Vleeties. I think I get it now.
Yeah, I kind of like this Tony Khan really condescending, taking a shit on Impact Wrestling because, really and I wish, how come no one's referencing Sting was in Impact? Is everything after Dixie like just retcon? They got rid of all that? Like none of that ever happened?
a great time. And Kenny, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I can't wait to see what you have to say tonight. And Don, like I said, you're welcome to stop by yourself. See you guys tomorrow.
How about we send someone else to do that? Isn't there somebody else we can make a Pat Buck around here? Don't we have a Postmate Pierce? How about Christopher Daniels stops dancing around with a microphone stand and he shows up to deliver? Maybe just Tony himself. I'm here in the AEW Command Center by orders of Tony Khan. And I haven't been in TNA since 2002. He gets to say all this himself. And he has a voice for it. He used to. I like how he tries. It's like singing to Tony Schiavone as a voice coach. He's trying to hit the notes he used to. It's actually depressing. Anyways, Fleeties, that was more depressing. Why is Tony Khan being this way? Why can't he just hide backstage forever?
Yeah, it is kind of, it's because of us. It's because wrestling fans, we know that we need a figurehead. We need somebody to...
Vince Russo. Someone has a little Vince Russo syndrome. Just because we know who you are doesn't mean anyone else does. And doesn't mean we need to see you. When Vince Russo was just hands on Nitro, I like that. He's just letting them know. He should have had a pen writing WWF Magazine with hands. I like the hands character on anyone. They do it on BTE pretty good themselves. But I don't know about Tony Khan's face. I just want to see his hands.
Yeah, I don't mind the powers that be or the behind the Vince McMahon or the Vince Russo, the me, myself, and I. I do miss that gimmick, but yeah, it is. There always needs to be a figurehead, and this is just an awkward commercial. Like, you're so right. Instead of having Tony Khan be here, it should have been, hey, you know what, Excalibur, we got ourselves a hell of a Dynamite coming up tomorrow night on TNT. Tell them what we have in store for them. That's all we needed. We don't need the boss to come out. The AEW, I even like on the screenshot, it says AEW President, CEO, GM. Like, they're giving him every fake wrestling title in the book, just so we know who the Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman is. It's this guy.